Hey y'all, it's your girl Dom Nicole, and we're back at it again with another video. Well, this is another podcast edition. Today I decided to do a different type of series. We're gonna call this series Mommy Talk. And I'm gonna give y'all some first time mom advice from the first trimester all the way through the third trimester, giving you advice even after the pregnancy, during the pregnancy. Like, y'all, we about to get into this. We about to talk about the stuff that I feel like not a lot of people talk about, that I experienced, that if you can relate to this, I'm letting you know that you will be fine and your baby will 9 times out of 10 be fine. Because a lot of people don't want to say this, but a lot of pregnant women do go through a lot, because you go through the mindset of, is my baby gonna make it? Am I doing this right? If something does go wrong, was it my fault? Was it my partner's fault? It's nobody's fault. Everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. But let's get into this. So the first thing that I'm going to give y'all some rules that I literally had to follow, because literally nobody told me these things. The first thing that I want to tell y'all, and if I'm sniffling a lot, it's because I'm sick, y'all. The first thing that I want to tell y'all is, please do not Google everything. You'll drive yourself crazy. Literally, Google will make you think you're dying even when you're not pregnant. So imagine what it will do when you are. Okay, the next thing is, look at comforting videos to see how your pregnancy progresses through each trimester. I feel like that'll be very helpful and insightful, and it'll kindly calm your nerves a little bit. Like, you won't be as anxious. Another thing that I found was that it's okay to be in your head a little bit. Like, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be unsure. It's okay to have mixed emotions, especially if you're a first-time mom. You never did this before. And it's okay, because, like, this is new to you. By the time you have your second child, I promise you'll be more experienced, but that does not mean that every baby is going to be the same. Okay, so some things that I remember about my first trimester was that I was very scared. The first trimester, I want to say the first 3 weeks, I couldn't eat or drink. I could only eat Pedialyte and stuff to keep me hydrated. I wasn't really showing. I was always tired and sleeping around. I was always in my head, and I would have really weird dreams. And the first month or so, I would say I didn't have any cravings or anything like that. It wasn't until month 3 that I really started noticing that I would have cravings. And that would only be like sour candies, or sour candies would be the thing that would help my nausea. That would be literally the only thing that would help my nausea. Then I was craving things like pickles. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm using my notes, so I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything. Anywho. There's different. Hey y'all, it's your girl, the real Dom Nicole, and we're back at again with another podcast. It is currently 12:33 on Tuesday, April 5th, and today I just wanted to talk to y'all because I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about this, but fat phobia is a thing, y'all, and it affects so many people. If you're not at least 170 and up, you don't consider to be qualified as, and not even 170. At this point, in this day and age, 170 is pretty small. So I want to say, if you're not at least 210 and up, like, just go ahead. Like, actually, yeah, 210, because 180, 190, that's still small depending on how your frame is built. Like, it's small. Even if you feel like you're chubby, like, literally, y'all, I spent most of my skinny years thinking that I was fat. Literally. Like, I want to say this is the smallest I've ever been in my adult life. Like, especially after, like, leaving birth control alone, and, like, after having a baby, I want to say I was smaller than I was before I had the baby. Like, this is crazy. I've never been this small during my adult years. And it's just like, bro, this shit is crazy. But I want to talk to y'all because it's like a lot of people don't talk about this. But literally, when you transition from being like a thick queen to being like kind of slim thick, like, people treat you differently. People will always treat you differently, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because skinny, I'm gonna be honest with you, it didn't go out of style, and I feel like that's more what's appropriate. Skinny, slim, thick, thick, whatever case may be, but not too big. You feel me? Like, people say that they like thick girls, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. A lot of men and women say that they like thick girls, but they like the curvaceous thick girls. Like, they like the acceptable thick girls. You feel me? Like, a lot of men say, yeah, I like BBWs, I like this, that, and the third, but they like the acceptable ones. You feel me? They don't like the ones that come with a little extra dimple here and there, or a little extra this, that, and the third. Like, you feel me? Like, you gotta, like, they don't like all of that. And I don't get it. You feel me? And another thing that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about, we're not gonna get there yet because I feel like I'm skipping ahead, but I'm gonna just take my time. You feel me? This is what I noticed. Basically, okay, so I want to say, ever since I was really young, I want to say when I was younger and I was weighing about 150, I had to be about 6th grade or whatever kids may be. I would notice that the girls would like try to be my friend. They would call me pretty, things like that. People were more acceptable to me as who I was as a person. You feel me? I didn't have to put on a show or prove myself. It wasn't until I became the bigger, funny, fat friend that I realized, like, low key, I gotta put on a show for y'all. I gotta entertain y'all. And then on top of that, I was realizing that I was finding myself around friends who would literally keep me around to make themselves feel good. You feel me? Like, when other guys and stuff would come around, they would use me as the scapegoat to kind of make themselves look good. Or like, even when like other people would come around, I was the person that was the topic of conversation, and I didn't understand it. You feel me? But I want to talk about this because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this. If you're that girl that's bigger than most of your friends, you know how it is when like a lot of your friends are getting dressed or whatever kiss me be, and then on top of that, like, sometimes you'll have those mean friends that'll simply pick out the fact that you look different from them. You feel me? Stay away from those. You feel me? Like, what's her name? Love Your Natural. She says, girl, take your trash bag and throw her away. Cause like, for real, you don't need friends like that. You really don't. Like, I've been there, I've done that. That's why I said this journey realistically is gonna be different for me. I don't care whether it's relationship, friends, family. I'm not letting nobody treat me like anything. I was talking to myself today. Yes, I do talk to myself. I was saying, like, at the end of the day, I will tear up anything about me this year. You feel me? Like, I'm not going out bad about me this year. And I feel like I've been sticking to that. You feel me? I didn't stick to the fact that I said I would dress a lot better as far as like, taking care of myself and doing things like that. I wish I would start, you feel me? And I definitely am. But like, when it came to stuff like that, I definitely said, because I know for a fact that a lot of people, when you are a certain way and stuff like that, they already view you a certain way. You feel me? And that was one thing that I did want to mention. Like, for example, I would notice that when it came to me in general, like, when I got to my biggest, like, before that, I would notice that people would be more helpful. They would be more like polite. They would be less rude and things like that. And then after that, that totally changed. And what really broke my heart is that when I lost weight, a lot of people started wanting to be my friend. A lot of people wanted to start being around me. And it was just like, bro, like, I'm starting to realize that people are really sick. Like, they're sick. You feel me? Like, the only reason why you want to be my friend is because I look socially acceptable again. Like, hell no, absolutely not. And you feel me? I understand. And that's another thing that people don't talk about, like the light skin privilege or the pretty privilege. You feel me? Like, because like I said before, a lot of people don't talk about this. Again, a lot of people don't talk about this. But there be so many dark-skinned models and so many pretty-ass women out there that are darker or fair-skinned, and they don't get noticed in movies and TV shows and things like that. Like, they don't get the lead roles. They be in the background, and they be doing the damn thing. You feel me? That's why I say, realistically, don't stop doing your craft because you feel like somebody else is doing something different, or they're doing better, or they're doing something that you feel like you're not doing. Because realistically, what you don't understand is God did not put you in that mindset to create this thing or to have this mindset for no reason. You feel me? He didn't give you this craft, like, or give you those ideas to sit there and not give you customers. He didn't give you these ideas to sit there and say to you, oh yeah, I'm not gonna have a modeling agency lined up for you. He didn't tell you to stop working that job so that you could sit there and follow your dream just so that you wouldn't be able to get great results from it. You feel me? Like, he's not going to sit there and ever take you out of a situation that was
not fulfilling to you and put you in a situation that was just bad. You feel me? At the end of the day, like I said, and I know this is a little bit off topic, but I want to talk about this because not a lot of people are talking about how fat phobia has fucking changed the world that we live in. Like, I cannot explain it enough. Like, and like I was saying, a lot of these foods have things that are being put in them as well. So if you are the type of person where you have a food addiction, or you, like, it's probably not your fault. The food tastes different in like the early 2000s, you feel me? When you was going to Wendy's and stuff like that, or Burger King. Remember when Burger King had those crown chicken nuggets and shit? The Burger King nuggets tasted so much different. The fries tasted different. The juices tasted different. Everything tasted real. Now when you eat stuff, it don't even taste real. And then on top of that, a lot of the times they put certain additives and additional add-ons in this food. Like, for example, the chips, they make them sound a certain way and taste a certain way so that your brain will think to eat more and crave more. You feel me? That's why I started replacing certain fast food and chip ingredients with like more healthier things. Like, for example, like if you want that crunch or whatever the case may be, replace your chips with a handful of nuts from the grocery store. You feel me? Like, non-salted, you feel me? Because salt is gonna make you bloated, y'all. I promise you. If y'all trying to work on y'all figure, whether it's for like work, whether it's simply just for you, I hope it's for you. I can teach y'all, some replacements as far as things like that, and we're gonna get on that soon because I've been talking about it for the longest. I really want to help y'all because it's like, I remember being in that space where it was just like I was 260 and damn near almost 300 damn pounds, and I was looking at myself like I didn't like what I saw in the mirror, you feel me? And like I said, I was watching Six the Goddess, you feel me? If y'all know who that is, you feel me? She's a real dope creator. And I was watching her, and she was basically talking about this girl on her page or whatever case may be, and she was saying how, like she came for her because she was saying that plus size women have issues with the fact of, sometimes their men will wander off and they'll even be thinking about people when they're, doing that aspect. And the lady that she was talking about, she was like, yo, that was really beyond, but she came for her mom, you feel me? I get it. But at the same time, you got to understand that there are other viewers watching, you feel me, that are, a certain size, you feel me? And I feel like right now I'm at a decent size, I want to say 170, 160, baby, not 160. I feel like I'm dreaming at this point, but it's okay to be delusional, y'all. I'm telling you, that's the most important part to life, because the more delusional you are, the more that will come to you, I promise you. So if you're like 225 pounds, tell yourself, I'm 160. Literally tell yourself I'm 160. Because that's another thing that helped me change my body, y'all. And I was watching this TikTok, and I'm not gonna lie, I know it sounds crazy, but TikTok has taught me more than I've learned in school my whole life. I promise you. So basically, like I said in the last video, like this one girl was talking about basically how you have to change your mind as far as your femininity, especially as a woman. If you realize that you're not able to lose weight, or you're keeping weight stored in certain areas like your stomach and this, that, and the third, it also has a lot to do with genetics, but it also has something to do with a lot of women do live in their masculine energy, and most of the times what happens, you gonna start to build or resemble and have male like features and things like that, because you're not in your feminine energy. You're not really taking care of that part of your spirit, you feel me? When it comes to being a woman, you have to have balance. That's why we're called female, you feel me? We are both male and female, you feel me? And I feel like that's why the woman is so powerful, because of the the elements that they have and they carry, and the power that they have within them. Not saying that men are any less powerful, because I was even thinking about this the other day, and it's just like, at the end of the day, if God is in us, that means we are all powerful. Because at the end of the day, you said you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. So if God is in all of us, we are all powerful. And I know that came out of nowhere, but like I said, I think I'm gonna add like the other part of my video that I did before this, because I did cut it off. It was a good long video, you feel me? But I don't feel like it was as detailed as this one is, so I'm gonna just keep going from here. When I tell y'all, this year has changed me a lot, you feel me? As far as mentally, emotionally, and everything. And I feel like as women and things like that, you're gonna go through a lot of things that's gonna cause you to feel a certain way. and feel certain emotions and things like that. But I feel like one thing that I didn't realize was I was letting the way other people perceive me control everything about my life. Like, I wouldn't wear certain clothes because it would be like, oh, I feel like people would look or stare or be rude and things like that. I'm here to tell y'all, if you're thicker than most, you feel me, go ahead and put that swimsuit on this summer. Go ahead and go put that shirt on. Go put that, that bralette on. They want to see it. I promise. I promise they do. Because if they knew you were big before they talked to you. I promise. I promise you. That's one thing that I realized that you should not let stop you from being who you are. You feel me? Like, a lot of people don't realize, like, some of these people be having the best personalities, and then on top of that, stop letting your weight and how you look define you. Like, I know that's easier said than done. I struggled with that. You feel me? You got social media all in your face trying to tell you, it's only one way to be beautiful. You gotta sit there and visit Dr. Miami or the other, all of the other doctors where, because that's not true. It's not true at all. Like, I promise you, before 2023, everybody's gonna look the same. I promise you. And those natural bodies are going to be in style again, I promise you. Because I can already tell, like, they're taking stuff from, like, way back then, from, like, Aaliyah's time, and they're trying to re-bring that stuff back. You feel me? I forgot to tell y'all in the beginning of the video, but if y'all got y'all blunts, y'all got y'all wine, get comfortable, because I want this to feel like a safe space for you guys. You feel me? Like, and that's another thing. Like, I didn't tell y'all the trick to how I lost weight. You feel me? It was a mental thing. Instead of telling myself I was hungry, I would let myself go through the day and kind of allow my body to choose when it was hungry and things like that. You feel me? And then on top of that, like, I'm not going to say I wasn't eating purposely, because if I'm not hungry, I'm not going to eat. But what I would do is I would have, like, healthier snacks in between the day. That way, if I wasn't hungry, at least I ate something. And I would drink, like, at least a gallon of water a day, y'all. But another thing that really, really helped me was exercise and simply talking to my body. You feel me? I would tell myself, literally, as crazy as this sounds, I would be like, yo, your ass is... Okay, we're not gonna go into that. But yeah, like, I would really be hyping myself up, like, literally looking at my breasts, like, yes, they looking great, you feel me, like, they look like this. I would tell myself exactly how I wanted certain things to look, and before I knew it, the next week later, basically, I manifested my body. Yes, I was working out and putting the work in, but that's really how manifestation works. You can't just dream of something and be like, yeah, I want this for myself, and not put in the work. You feel me? And realistically, that was one of my goals. My short-term goals, I feel like, for this year was to simply start a workout plan and simply stick to it was my long-term goal. You feel me? Because that's another thing, y'all. What she was saying about how sometimes, like, your guy may wander off or whatever, it's gonna be because of your size. Let me tell you something about that. Like, it really did bother me seeing that part in the video, but it also did trigger me enough to want to do something about my body. You feel me? I didn't like it. And she was talking a lot in the video saying that basically, you feel me, a lot of women do cover up the fact that they don't want to change because it's like it's a defense mechanism. A lot of people, I don't think that's the case for most people. You feel me? Because some people is good where they're at. A lot of people don't want to look like everybody else, and that's what some people fail to understand. Now, I'm not gonna lie, as I was looking through this video, it sounded a little fat phobic, but I want to give my girl the benefit of the doubt, because it's like, I get where she's coming from. You feel me? You want to look good, you want to feel good. You feel me? Because she was right. You feel me? When I was at my biggest and I was getting into dating and doing things like that, I didn't feel confident, and I feel like that was when a man knows when you're not as confident as you want to be. You feel me? I'm not even gonna hold y'all. They know. You feel me? Because, like, it shows. Anybody can tell. When you can look at a person and tell if they're confident in themselves or not by simply how they allow you to treat them and by how they carry themselves. And I feel like that's how most people are going to treat you, based off of how you treat yourself. Your relationship with yourself is the most important. I don't care who is in your life. Your relationship with yourself has to be the number one priority, and whoever you believe in. Those two relationships are the number one priority besides your kids and your relationship and things like that. But other than that, no. Like, other than those things, those are the most important things that I feel like people should really worry about. You feel me? I know a lot of I am rambling and going off topic a little bit, but I feel like this is a topic that needs to be talked about. You feel me? Especially for my young girls. You feel me? Like, I was young as hell, and I didn't realize that a lot of that weight that was on me, that I was so desperately trying to get off. Like, y'all, I developed an eating disorder at 6. Once I stopped seeing my thigh gap, I went crazy. Because realistically, what happened to me was friends, family, and people around me would always, make me aware of my body. When I was younger and I was chubby and things like that, I wasn't that much aware of my body and how it looked or how it was shaped. But they would always say things like, you have to stay in shape, because, people are picky about certain things, and they'll make fun of you or things like that. And it started to make me curious, like, is there something wrong with my body or whatever it case may be? So then I started paying way more attention to the comments and the things, or how people would talk to me, or how they would approach me, or how they would talk about my body or whatever it case may be. And I would pay attention to how it made me feel. And like I said, when I was at my smallest and when I felt the best or whatever it case may be, that's where I felt my best. And I was like, okay, for my lifetime, I feel like I'm supposed to be small, because this is where I feel my best. But realistically, as I started getting older and I started getting, I don't want to say bigger, I'm going to say thicker than a Snicker, you feel me? At the end of the day, once I started getting thicker than a Snicker, I started realizing, like, no, that was where it was at for me, you feel me? Because I would notice, like, being small, like, I would hear, like, yeah, you have a cute shape and stuff like that. Because, like I said, I was built like an hourglass figure way before my time. And a lot of people would call me, like, fat. And then that's when Fetty Wap came out with that song, like, Jimmy Choo. And he was like, slim, thick, with your cute ass. And then that's when everybody, like, was basically on my shape. You feel me? And it was just like, nah, don't do that. That's why I tell y'all, like, your style and who you are will never go out of style. Because they always revamping you, baby. Like, I'm not trying to sound like a pick-me or like rude or anything, but y'all, what other women choose to do with their body, this is another important gem that I feel like y'all do not need to let go of y'all head. Because what another woman chooses to do with her body is what she chooses to do with her body. If she has enough money to afford her BBL, let her get her BBL. You feel me? If that's what she wants to do with her body, that's what she wants to do. You feel me? That's what makes her feel good. I know there's a lot of people that be talking about you're insecure if you do that. Maybe it was a health issue, or maybe it was just simply they felt like there was something that they needed to fix. You feel me? What if they just felt like they just did not have the strength to do it on their own, and they wanted to just have a little extra enhancement? There's nothing wrong with that. You feel me? If you feel like you want to do surgery, by all means, go do it. But at the same time, make that your last option, please, y'all. Because sometimes what people don't realize is, yes, surgery may be a quick fix, but not all the time. Some of these doctors are not, none of them are God. You feel me? So if they mess up your body, then what? You only got one. But again, that's a risk that we take. You feel me? At the end of the day, I was thinking about going under the knife for my breast augmentation, because my boobies were a little bit bigger than I would like them to be. And then I had the baby, so the excess sagging as a mommy, or whatever case may be, I didn't like it. You feel me? They still like perk, but they not where they were. You feel me? So it's just like, yes, I do want to have a breast augmentation, but at the same time, it's like I'm very scared to go under the knife. But I'm doing it for health reasons, because it's like my body is like, I feel like disproportionate. You feel me? I feel like I'm losing all this weight, but like the top part is going nowhere. You feel me? So it's just like I'm getting irritated. Like, I got all of these, like, I'm losing my stomach and everything, but I could barely still see my feet, and that's a problem. But yeah, like, I don't know, y'all. like I said, let the girlies do what they want to do. You feel me? Like, that's another thing. Like, I was always telling myself, I will never get mad at another woman for keeping up with their self-care. You feel me? For like, you feel me? Like, I will never get mad at somebody for keeping up with their self-care, doing what you have to do. You feel me? When she said about, your man having a wandering eye, you check him. You don't check that other woman. You feel me? At the end of the day, as I got older, I learned that. You just live and you learn. You feel me? And then once you check him, you gotta check him again, baby. You already know. At the end of the day, I feel like men and women nowadays, to be honest, it's not just men, it's women too. Everything is over sexualized. Everything is kind of like, yeah. So realistically, there's no like, so when it comes to that, y'all, just be understanding to the fact that we are in a different time period, y'all. Sex is literally anywhere. It's at the end of your, like, the fingertips. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like, we really got to get back to that time period where we were younger and, like, it didn't matter who came into that room. Because I don't know about y'all, but when I was young, my confidence was just through the fucking roof. Like, I didn't care if Beyonce came in that bitch. I was still that girl. You feel me? I didn't care. You feel me? And I feel like that is one of the things that we need to work on, because as women, big, small, whatever the case may be, I feel like we don't acknowledge ourselves as we should. And for the women that don't have a problem with this, y'all, listen, this is not for you. I'm talking to my women who feel like they have an issue with accepting that they're awesome. You feel me? Like, you don't celebrate yourself enough. You feel me? When people give you compliments, nah, that's not me. No, we're accepting all of those because we deserve those. You feel me? Because sometimes I feel like a lot of the people who get kind of down on themselves be the same people that's saying, like, oh, like, not a lot of people appreciate me. People appreciate you. You just don't accept the appreciation from the people. And sometimes I get it. It's a trauma response. You feel me? If all you knew was people calling you ugly, or if all you knew was people calling you fat, or all of you knew was certain things like that, terrible slurs like that, then that's all you're going to be able to know. So when you do hear that you're beautiful, this, that, and the third, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You feel me? Like, I wasn't always the way I am now. You feel me? I was bullied into pretty. I feel like I was definitely bullied into pretty. I was one of those pretties that was, you feel me? You could tell that when I got older, I was going to be something special. You feel me? But, like, because of the way my parents kind of did certain things, they kind of, like, tried to take me down a notch a little bit. So it's just like they wanted to keep me in these little girl, attires for my whole life. And it was just like, once I got older, it was just like, yeah, I don't know what y'all supposed to do now, but, like, yeah, that's raps. Just cancel that thought process, But y'all, it is 12:58. So I'm glad I did get to have some type of content with y'all. This was actually longer than the last video that I recorded for y'all. So I appreciate that. We actually, like, I want to say 6 minutes longer, but that's neither here or there. Like I said, it's currently 12:58. You feel me? I'm gonna let y'all go. You feel me? Because I'm tired. And by the time y'all see this, it is probably gonna be Wednesday. So yeah. Like, I just wanted y'all to know, if you feel like nobody else love you, I definitely do. And whatever you feel like you're going through, you're not alone. I feel like we're going to be talking about some of everything. And this summer, we're definitely getting lit. So y'all coming right along with me. So get excited. Like, yes. And one thing about me, I don't care what nobody say about me. I don't care about how many people I had to cut off. They can tell you. One thing about Dom, I may not participate in the party as far as, like, twerking and things like that and doing the fucking most. But, baby, if you need a hype man, you know where to find your girl. But nah, this year we definitely sitting that hype man stuff out, and we participating in the party this summer. You feel me? This summer, I don't care what anybody has told y'all. Y'all putting on y'all swimsuits. Y'all putting on them 2 pieces. You feel me? You getting in your bikinis. Yes. You getting in your the tight summer dresses. We're doing all of that, y'all. I do not care who doesn't want to see it. If they don't want to see it, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Or don't look at me. Simple. But yeah, y'all. We is not going to be 20 and in our early 18s, 17s and wearing no jackets this summer. I don't want to see not near one of my subscribers with a jacket on this summer. We ain't covering no, extra skin that we don't want nobody to see. Scars, baby. All of that is beautiful. Stretch marks, yeah. I got stretch marks all over my arms, my stomach, my thighs, everywhere. At the end of the day, like I said, those are beautiful. For a long time, you feel me? My mom tried to teach me, no, you probably don't want all of that stuff, the cellulite and stuff like that. Baby, let me tell you something. I don't care how much you work out. Eventually, you're going to have a time period where you fall off. You're going to have to love yourself skinny. You're going to have to love yourself fat. You're going to have to love yourself thick. You're going to have to love yourself through every stage that you go through. Because let me tell you something. Only you is going to be with you for the rest of your life. Nobody else has to deal with you like you deal with you. So be mindful of how you spend time with yourself and how you talk to yourself. Those are the number one things that you need to know. If you don't leave with anything else from this video, treat yourself how you treat that friend that you keep trying to give love to. Treat yourself how you treat your siblings that you give love to. Treat yourself how you give anybody that you give love to, and 10 times more than that. Because let me tell you something. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And an empty cup cannot pour from you. Don't let that go over your head. I'm going to talk to y'all later, y'all, because I'm tired. But, yeah.